Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for braving the early morning alarm and coming to join this class. That really shows your desire to read from the Bhagavad Gita. And so Sundays we do the practicing. And so what I want you to do is to use your chat box and quickly type which verse did you do last time so that I know which one you're going to do now. And let me just pick up the chat room. All right, so 4, Arani did 6. Okay. Anybody else remember what they were doing? Garima did 1. Okay. Sadhana Mataji did 5. And Meera was not there last Sunday. Okay. So we'll give you number 1 then. Meera Mataji. Sonia did 2 and 3. Wow, we took 2. And then, okay. Anybody missing here? Am I missing? Did Garima tell us? She told Meera, Sonia, Aruni, Sadhana Mataji. I think we covered everybody. Okay, very good. So then I have, yeah, type it out, Sutapa Mataji. Okay, so here we go. You'll have to elaborate a little bit on that, Mataji. Okay, so we will go by the numbers. Okay, Vindhyavali Mataji has told us she did 2, so that is good. Okay, she has texted you. Okay, thank you, Sutapa Mataji. And this time, yeah, just work with her to see how she can use the chat on Zoom. So we will get started then. So today we'll pick up the next verse, right, which each one of us has to do. And so we'll start with Meera because Meera didn't do anything, so she will do number 1. And then we'll follow that with Garima, who will do. So just I'm reaching out, I'm reciting the numbers, announcing the numbers. So if you can remember your number, the Meera is going to do 1. Garima Mataji, you're going to do 2. And who did 3? So Sonia did 3. So she's going to do 4. And anybody did 4? Yeah, so Tapayu did 4. So you're going to do 5. And then Sadhana did 5. So she's going to do 6 now. And Aruni Mataji is going to do 7. And did we miss anybody? Oh, Vindhyamali Mataji also did 2. So she's going to do 3. So Vindhyamali Mataji is going to do 3. If you can text and let her know. Sutapa Mataji. And then Garima did 2. So she's going to do 3. Okay, so now you know your numbers. You are, so and when your time comes, just unmute yourself. After you do your thing, just mute yourself so that I'm able to hear the others as they are reciting it. So we'll get started. We're already, I think, broadcasting this on the Facebook, so it doesn't matter. And then we will look at the screen together as soon as I share it with you. And after these short prayers, we'll start the recitations. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay, so let's get going. Who goes in first will recite the first verse. And I think it should be Meera Mataji, right?
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji. Good morning, everybody. Arjun Uvacha, Arjun Uvacha, Ye Shastra Vidhim Uchriya, Yajante Shraddhe Anvita Tesam Nishtha Tuka Krishna Sattvam Aho Rajastama Tamaha.
All right. So which words did you feel difficulty with?
Shraddha-devi Vitaha.
Okay, that one. Okay. Anyone? Any other word?
Maybe the tune, I'm not saying it right.
Tune doesn't matter. Okay.
Oh, okay. The second line, Uchriya, Uts.
Yeah. Okay. This one. We'll take that. Anything else? Right. So these 2 words. Right. So we have to look at, and you don't understand this, right? Script. You can't read this.
Yeah,
You can't
true.
read this. Okay. Right. So this is a soft T. This doesn't have a dot underneath it, so it will not be pronounced as T as we do in English, right? Take, but it's a soft
Okay.
T, as in as in butterfly, as in butterflies in Hindi. We call butterflies as titli, right? Titli.
Right.
That ta is there. So ut. So this first
Okay.
make it ut, and then this is simply a s. It doesn't have a dot either below it, or doesn't have a accent on top of it. Like this one has got the thing, right? Accent. It doesn't have.
Right.
So it's a plain s, as in Sam, right? As in Sam, s as in Sam, or Switzerland, like that. Sa. So ut. This is sa, and then this is r, but it's got a dot underneath it, so it becomes a ri, right? So
Oh,
that becomes a ri, as in rishi. So then this, you have to pronounce this. So like in Spanish language and all that, we sometimes we don't pronounce. In some language y is silent, and then in some languages it is pronounced as an h, right? But here we will pronounce it as we do it in English, and just J for jam, right? J for July, like that. So J, this is J, we will pronounce it, and this is ya, and y, and this is a.
yeah.
So it is ut sridja. So J and Y will become Jya, right? Like
Oh,
Tya,
okay.
Tya as in Tyagi, right? So this becomes Utsrijya. Ye
Oh,
Shastra,
okay.
yeah. Ye Shastra Vidhim Utsrijya, right? And then,
Yeah,
yeah, this one is a big word, so you should break it here. And it'll become easy for you to pronounce it, right? So if you say
yes.
Shraddha, right? Shraddha,
Sure.
soft A here.
Yes.
It doesn't have a bar, so
Mhm.
Shraddha, Yan Vitaha. Then it becomes easy, because the Y was giving you problem. What should I do with the Y, right? Because right up to
Right.
the A, and if you stopped it with the, you were trying to take it like this, and like how do I pronounce that? Shraddha, Shraddhe, Shraddhaye, like that. So that's a clue that we are taking too much here. Then we do it as Shraddha Yan Vitaha. So Yajante Shraddha Yan Vitaha. Tesham Nishtha Tu Ka Krishna Satyam Aho And this is rajas and not rajas.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
R on it. Rajas tamaha. Okay. So Arjun Vacha Ye Shastra Vidhim Utsrijya Yajante Shraddhayan Vitaha Tesham Nishtha Tu Ka Krishna Sattvam Maho Rajastamaha. Like that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right? And then for next week, you will take number 2. Right. This is the verse that
Oh,
you will
okay.
practice. Okay. I don't know what we will do for next. Well, maybe we'll stick with the 17 because I think it's Ekadashi and we might change the Bhagavad Gita verse, but chapter, but that's fine. Tomorrow is Ekadashi, by the way, in this part of the world. Okay. Now, who is going to do number 2? Garima, right? Garima, please.
Yes, Mataji.
And Meera
Shri
Mataji, just once again, Meera Mataji, if you can mute yourself, you haven't done that because I don't want background sounds. Okay. Okay. So
Oh, I do it one more time.
you want to do it one more time? Okay. Let's do it.
No, I go ahead, Garima Mataji.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll see if there's time.
Yes.
If we can pick you up. Yeah.
text 2. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Swabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Cheva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrinu.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So then you will do 3 for next time. Okay. All right. And then who comes after Garima Mataji? Who is going to do number 3?
Myself, Mataji.
Fantastic. Okay. And yeah, number 3 is here.
Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddha mayoyam purusho yo yachadrasa evasa
Very nice. Just tell us this one more time quickly.
yachadrasa evacha.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Then for next time, you're going to do number 4. Okay. Now let's go. Was there any takers for 5? Did we have any 5? Yeah. So Tapa. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji, it's my turn to do
Four is there,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Four is there,
Did
Mataji.
I miss 4? Okay. And that
You
is
skip
Sonia?
4.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Because there were 2. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sonia, go ahead.
Yajante satvika devan yaksarajsamay raja saha pretan bhutagan namascha janye yajante tamasaha janaha.
Janaha. Right? Okay. Difficult words. Words that you were not comfortable pronouncing.
Mataji, yaksha rakshasmi. Rakshasmi.
Okay, let's
Rak.
Rak. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Shasmi.
Okay, you are saying Shasmi, but you see it's something different.
Raksham.
You are
Shamsi.
Yeah.
Shamsi.
Yeah. Rakshamsi. Right? Rakshamsi. Rakshamsi.
Rajaha.
Yaksha Rakshamsi. Although this is
Yes.
pointing to Rakshasas, right? But this is how
Yeah.
it's in Sanskrit language, right? Yaksha Rakshamsi Rajasaha. Okay?
Rajasaha.
And then let's
Pretan Bhuta Ganams Janya.
Okay, let's just focus on this one. Okay?
Janya. Ganams.
Ganam. There's a sh and you're there. Ganam.
Yes.
It's a sh there, right? Ganam. Right? Janye. Yeah.
Janye.
Yes.
Yajante.
Yeah, it's not chain. It is not chain. It's cha.
It's cha.
Yeah.
Janye.
Yeah. Yajante tamasa janaha.
Janaha.
All right.
Thank you, Mataji.
Right? And then who had I skipped to go to number 4? Sutapa Mataji. Okay.
I had 5. I had 5.
Two had
No, no, Mataji. I have 5 as I did the last time 4.
So Sadhana Mataji, we are going one ahead from what we did last time, what we practiced last time.
Oh, I see. Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Sutapa, go for 5.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Ashastro vihitam ghoram tapyante yatapo janaha dam ahankara samyaktaha kamaragavalanvitaha.
Very good. Yeah, you went all the way nicely here. Give me this one more time.
Valanvitaha.
Yeah, say Balan Vitaha. Go emphasis, right? There's a bar.
Okay.
Balan Vitaha. That how you're giving emphasis here, give the same emphasis here also. It is not Balan
Okay.
Vitaha. Balan Vitaha. Right?
Okay.
Right.
And Mataji, Varshana Mataji wanted a verse. She won't be
Yeah.
able to join today.
Okay, we'll give her words. Yeah, she can take from what she took. Yeah, we'll give her the last
The
one.
next one.
Tell her to take
Okay.
the last verse from 17. Okay?
Last verse?
Yeah, of chapter
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
Right? That
Okay.
there'll be no confusion or trampling
Okay. Thank you.
over the appropriate verses. Okay. Okay, good. Now, Sadhana Mataji, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So, Karshayantah sarirastam bhutagramam achattasaha mam chaivantaha sarirastam tanvidi ashura nishchayan.
Very good.
Nishchayan.
Nishchayan. And how do you, any words that you felt you were not very comfortable?
Is it achattasaha?
Yeah. So this is E. So then it becomes like a. They, as in they, right? As in they did it, right? So achetasaha.
Che. Okay.
Yeah. Achetasaha bhuta gramam. Achetasaha. Right?
And then chaivantaha.
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 Yeah. Chaivantaha. And then this one, you see there is a double D here. Double D. So this is with, this much is with, and this one is dhya. So when you tan vidya, asura nishchayan. Okay.
Tan vidya ashura nishchayan.
Yeah, tan vidya asura nishchayan. So yeah, if you practice a little bit more, and then for the next time, you're going to take the next verse, which is number 7. Are there any takers for number 7? Anybody?
I mean, I'm reading. I'm doing number 7.
He's doing number 7, right? I can see.
Because I did 6 the last time.
Correct. Yeah. Go ahead.
Aharastvapi sarvasya trividho bhavati priyaha yajnastapastatha dhanam tesham vedam imam shranu.
Shrunu. Can you recite this line, and not that you were wrong, but I just want others in the class to hear how you did it. Recite this.
Aharastvapi sarvasya.
So you see how when it comes to these two words, how she's saying it? Say it one more time, and I want the class to focus on that. Yeah, you go ahead, as natural.
Just those 2 words?
No, the whole line. The whole line.
Aharastvapi sarvasya.
So did you notice anything? Anybody notice something different in which she's pronouncing it?
Yes, Mataji. Aruni Mataji pronounced 2 words together. Twapi. A is silent.
Right, and then made it easy for her to go with the flow, right? So remember this word twa, sometimes will get attached to the other one, and it's easy on your mouth. And this will come with practice. Obviously she has been reading Bhagavad Gita for a long time, right? So this comes there. So good, very good. And for next week, you're going to take number 8. Okay. All right.
Wait, next week I'm doing number 7, right? Because last week I did 6.
And so this week you're doing 7, right? So next week when you come,
oh,
8, yeah, in the 8.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Practice 8, yeah. Okay, and is there anybody left who did not get a chance to read? Aruni, Ritz, Aruni, Garinima, Sadhana, Meera, Sonia, Sutapa. Everybody has got a chance to read, right? Okay. Do you want to practice your next verse here? Next week's verse, so that then you can practice it through the week? Okay, anybody got?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, anyone got 2? Meera has got 2. So now, Meera, you got,
Yes,
yeah,
I
you got a
have
chance to
to.
hear. Yeah, so you got a chance to hear how others were pronouncing it, and so now let's see. Give it a try.
Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Trividaha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Dehinam Sa Swabhava Ja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Seti Tam Shrunu.
Tamasi Shetu Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha. Trividha, right? Bhavati. Dehinam. Sa.
Sa
Swabhavaja. Satviki Rajasi Chaiva. Tamasi Cheti Tam
Tamasi
Shrinu.
Seti Shrunu.
Okay, good. Who's for number 3? Is it Garima?
Mataji, me, yes.
Okay.
सत्त्वानुरूपा सर्वस्य श्रद्धा भवति भारत श्रद्धामयोऽयं पुरुषो यो यच्चद्रः स एव श
Okay.
श्रद्धा
Okay. Which word did you have problem with?
यश्चद्र श्रद्धा.
Okay. Okay, this one. Right.
यश्चद्र.
So one thing I wanted to point out to everybody is that sometimes these words have got a double dot, right? You see, there's a double dot next to it. So
Yeah.
even if you don't know the script, you can still try to look at it. Like look at it that there are some letters there and some of them have dots. And if there is a dot, if you see a dot somewhere like this, right next to it, 2 dots right next to it, then try to go down right in the transliteration that Prabhupada has provided us and see what has he done there. Right? So a double dot will always have a H with a dot underneath it. A double dot here, right, has got a H with a dot underneath it. So even if you look at the transliterations, you can always go back here and say predict. By looking at this, you can predict that there will be some 2 dots somewhere here. Similarly, if you look at this, you can predict there'll be 2 dots. And whenever you have these 2 dots, it's pronounced differently, right? So this is, if the dots were not there, this would just be a simple sa, right? But the H is there and it is not sa because the H also has got a dot below it. So there's something more that you have to do. So it is saha, like, ang, aha, that's in the vowels that you have on the top. So it is that aha. So that's where it is coming from. Aha. So sa eva saha, right? Like that you pronounce. Now this one is a difficult word. And who had pronounced it as part of their regular recitation today? I think Sutapa did it, right? Sutapa, this was your verse, right?
I did, Mataji.
You did it? Okay, very nice. So
I did.
It was mine for the
past week.
Yeah, today I did. Today
you did it, right? Yeah. So now, when you stumble like that, and this is a difficult word always, so what we should do is that we should go and look at the split, okay? Look at the split first. And then see, I think this is coming on top of it for me here. I'm going to close it, okay? So here it is yaha, right? And yaha, so you look at the word, yat shraddha, right? So just try to first pronounce, when you're practicing it, first just try to pronounce it separately. Shraddha, right? And this is yat. Now, what happens in Sanskrit is, and it's a difficult thing, is that, when there's a T, like a ta, it is followed by a sha, as you see in Shraddha. So what happens is that when they come together, then it modifies both of them. Both the words get modified. The T from here becomes a cha, as in chair, right? So this becomes a cha, and then it becomes difficult to pronounce because yat you all can say. Try to say yat. Yat,
Yat.
Yat.
yat is easy. Now try to say yach.
Yat.
Yach, right? So yach is a little difficult, right? Yach becomes difficult. So yach, yach. Okay. And then Shraddha, you can say. Try Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Shraddha is easy, right? You take my name all the time. You have no problem saying that, right? Samataji, you say Shraddha, right? So it's now. So, but then when it comes together, this sha, right? This sha actually gets transformed and becomes a cha. Ha as in chhatri, cha as in chach, like that. Chorna, cha, cha, right? So then this word becomes yach and Shraddha, Shraddha. So it becomes difficult to pronounce, right? But with practice, people can do that. Yo yat Shraddha, Saeva Saha. So with practice, you can do that. Now, here's the thing that if you're having a lot of difficulty doing that, instead of pronouncing it this way, if you just pronounce the individual words also, yat and shraddha, if you pronounce it like that and go with the tune, then you won't have any problem. Yo yat shraddha saeva saha, you can do that also, right? And then as you start pronouncing yat shraddha, yat shraddha, yat shraddha, it will come together and you will, by practice, learn how it'll automatically come yat shraddha. That is what all sandhi is about, right? Which says that when you try to pronounce two words together, your tongue will operate in such a way that the words will get modified. So don't, but if it gives you a lot of grief, you can always go to this. Otherwise, it is yach and shraddha. There are not many places where these kind of things happen, but they do happen. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12 also, it's going to come and hit us there. Okay. All right. So then who's next? Is there anyone for chapter 4?
Yes, Mataji, text 4.
Myself, Mataji,
Yes.
4.
Is it going to be you for chapter 4? And that is because
I thought
hold on. Yeah.
it was me today. It was going to be me today.
Okay, hold on. Don't calm down. Okay. So everybody's going to get a chance. Now, I just want to clear the confusion. So let's take Soni Mataji. Soni Mataji today decided to, and last time she did 17, 2 and 3. So today she did 4. And so next time she's going to do 5. Okay, Soni Mataji? So you're not
Okay, Mataji.
4 because you already did that, right? So the one who's going to do 4 is the Mataji who recited 3 today. So who recited 3? Do you know?
That's myself, Mataji.
Okay, so now you decide 4. Okay. So you got it? Everybody got it? Whatever you did today, you are going to do one more because you're preparing for next week. Okay. So that I tell you wherever you're facing any difficulties, I tell you today, and then you have the rest of the week to practice it. And then hopefully you'll record it and post it on the WhatsApp group. Okay. Last night when I checked, there were only 2 postings there. And if you post it in your dead of the night, then I don't have time in the morning to go through all that because I'm rushing through my morning rituals like that. Okay.
So Shraddha Mataji, we're not posting the verse that today for today. Like if I did 6 and then today I read 7, so we're not going to be recording the verse we read today.
Yes, you'll record 7 because you will record whatever you are given to practice. Whatever verse.
So, but next week it's 8. Next week it's if I'm doing 8, do I record 7 or 8?
8. You'll record. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Whatever you are given to practice this week, then you will write that. Okay. All right. So now Vindhyavali Mataji.
Yajante satvika devan yaksharakshasamsi rajasaha pretan bhuta ganam chainye yajante tamasa janaha.
Okay. You have to go slowly, Mataji. Slowly look at it and then you will know. Okay.
You want me to do it again, Mataji?
Yeah. Give it one more time. Give it a try one more time.
Yajante satvika devan yaksharakshasamsi rajasaha प्रेतान् भूतगणांश्चन्ये यजन्ते तामसज्जनः.
Oh, good. Now, what is this one?
Chanye.
Chanye or chanye?
Ganamschanye. Ganamschanye.
Chanye, right? Cha. The emphasis has got to be.
Ganamschanye.
All right. And what is this little buddy here?
Rakshasamsi.
Raksha?
Rakshasamsi.
Raksha Shamsi?
Rajasaha.
Look at that. No, don't go ahead. Don't be in a hurry to recite. Look at it. Where
Yaksha Rakshasamsi.
only this one.
Rakshasamsi. Rakshasamsi.
Look at it.
Yaksha Rakshasamsi.
Okay, break it. What is this?
Rak.
And why is it rak?
Rak. Raksamsi. I'm sorry. Yaksha Raksamsi Rajasaha.
There you go. So never be in a hurry to recite because your mind will overpower, right? So all these theories and philosophies that we are reading in the rest of the Bhagavad Gita, you will see that they get applied in our life, right? If you're in a hurry, you're in a flurry pretty soon. Okay, who is going to do 5 now? Who did 4? Who recited 4?
Yeah.
Now do
Yeah, Mataji, it's last time.
Oh, it's your turn now. Oh, okay. Here you go.
Ashastra vidhitam gura tapyante ye tapu janaha tambhar hankara samyuktaha kama raga balanvita.
Give it one more try.
Balanvitaha.
Go. Okay.
Balanvitaha.
Yeah, hold on. So one request that after you're done your speaking, if you can mute yourself because I don't have the bandwidth to start muting everybody. So give it one more try, so Mataji, so I can hear what you're saying.
Balanvitaha.
Yeah, what will be easier? You're almost there. Balanvitaha, right? Combine the
Balanvita.
Yeah, that'll make. Yeah, balanvita. You don't have to break it. Balanvitaha.
Yes, Mataji.
Raga balanvitaha. Okay. Sutaba Mataji, how did you pronounce this when you were reciting?
Dam ahankara.
Right. So what she did was, yeah, it's a tongue twister. Dambhankara, so it becomes very difficult. So when I was teaching you this, I had told you a better way to conquer this word is to split it. So dambh and ahankar. So it is made up of 2 words, dambh and ahankar. So you can see over here, right? Dambha is pride and ahankar means egoism. So the 2 of them are combining. So this is a small a softer a. This is also a softer a. So when the 2 of them combine together, they become a hard a, the a with a bar on it. So that's what you will see here. See, so they took up the dambha and the a got a bar on top of it. So when 2 soft a's come together, it becomes a hard a. So and that becomes difficult to pronounce it. Dambhankara samayukta. So she had split it. Dambha ahankar. So he can do that. So when you go with the flow and with the tune, you will then learn it. So Soni Mataji, that's one way. Dhammahankar samayukta, that's also fine. So try when you're practicing, whichever way you feel more comfortable reciting it. For this particular word, there is an option here to split it there. Okay, so that's so 6 is your homework. Okay, anybody who's for 7? Anybody got 7 naturally, or did we cover everything? Aruni.
I read 5, so I have to read 6.
Oh, that's a double one. Okay, yeah, sorry, I'll
Yeah.
skip you, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Karshayantah sharirastham Bhutagramam achetashaha mam chevanta sharirastham tan vidya ashura nishchayan.
Jayan. So very nice emphasis on the ahas over here, right? Aha. And then just keep on looking at the A, where there's a A with the
Gram.
emphasis, and when there is Bhuta Gramam Acheta Saha.
Shaha.
Right? Yeah, yeah. And I know that you are from Bengal, so you have the Bengali thing will come to you as much as when we don't have Namazya Mataji, but it's very sweet to see her how she pronounces, because she brings in the Spanish thing to it, and whenever there's a J, she will pronounce it as a H, like San Jose, like we do. So you can see that, see her doing that. So with practice, for her, it'll go away. So similarly for you also, you might have a struggle between this is a Sha, and where this is not a Sha. This is just a Sa, Sa as in sun, like that. And then this is Vidya Sura Nishchayan. Okay, good. Next one. Is there a next one there?
Yep.
All right.
Aharastu tve ipi sarvasya trivido bhavanti priyaha yagnas tapas tatha danam tesham vedam imam shrinu.
Very nice. So these two are very nice. You got these. These are actually the more difficult part of the of the verse that we have, right? Now this one we had. I will like Aruni Mataji. I will invite Aruni Mataji to recite this one sentence for us.
Aharastvapi sarvasya.
So you know, Sadhana Mataji, she had combined these things, right? Puppy. So you'll also notice, you'll also notice that what's going to happen is that when you're teaching a book, when you're teaching reading to kids, right, they don't understand all of it, right? The teacher says, and they know by rote, they will learn it and memorize it, and they'll do a perfect job of it because they have now become familiar with whatever it is. They have been taught that this is how it is to pronounce. They go to that page, they'll pronounce it like that. So similarly with Bhagavad Gita also, what happens is that it will come from practice. Just because people have been reading it for so many years, then it'll come naturally. Just by looking at it, they will remember. So this is what that memory is. That okay, here it is twapi because it'll go with my rhyme and with my rhythm. Some other place we will split it because it goes with the meter of the verse over there. So it's just a matter of experience. You'll get that. Yeah, you'll get that. Aharastvapi sarvasya trivido bhavati priyaha yajnastapas tatha danam tesham bhedam imam shrinu. Like that, right? So good. Anybody else who missed? I missed. Anybody else?
I'm doing 8.
Fantastic. That's great.
Ayuhu sattva balarogya sukhapriti vivardhanaha rasyaha snigdaha sthira hridya aharaha satvika priyaha.
Aharaha, yeah. So there's a lot of, you see, so there's a lot of H with a dot. See, H with a dot, H with a dot, H with a dot. Every line has got, at least one H with a dot. This one takes the cake, has got 3. So you can see there are so many double dots here. So many double dots here, right? So that's where we, aha. And so we have to really utilize our mouth fully to be able to recite that. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is, since we are getting to this, where my aim is that this team should be able to recite Bhagavad Gita together in one flow, right? And to know and get familiar with the meter, right? And get familiar with the meter, and then also, hold on for 1 second here. So to go with the flow and with the meter. So what I'm going to do is, the next 5 minutes, I'm going to recite the whole chapter for you. And all that you have to do is to, listen and try to observe how these verses are being pronounced, right? And then also pronounce it at the same time. So how are we going to do all that? Listen also and pronounce. So you will be slightly behind me by a few microseconds, right? You hear and then, and at some point you would rather listen to a verse because you think that the verse is difficult, then that's fine too. Okay. So we will just focus on the I'm going to remove the synonyms from here so it becomes easy for me to navigate through this. Okay. So sing along a few microseconds after I do.
Should we do that on mute or
Yeah,
unmute?
do dot unmute, please. Yeah, that's why I muted everybody, but I gave you the chance to unmute, option to mute. Okay. Arjuna Vacha, Ye Shastra Vidim
Uvacha
Uddrita, Yajante Shraddhayan Vitaha, Tisham Nishtha Krishna.
Krishna
No,
Sattva.
you please mute yourself because then others won't be able to hear me. Okay, I'm going to start again. You sing behind the microphone. And because Zoom is going to mess it up also if everybody sings together, right? You need those special jamulus mics. Okay. Arjuna Vacha Ye Shastra Vidhim Utsrijya Yajante Shraddhayan Vitaha Tesham Nishtha Tuka Krishna Satyamaho Rajastamaha Shri Bhagavan Vacha Trivida Bhavati Shraddha Tehinam Sa Swabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu Sattvanurupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata Shraddha Mayo Yam Purusho Yo Yat Shraddha Sa Eva Saha Yajante Satvika Devan Yaksha Rakshamsi Rajasaha Pretan Bhuta Ganamschanye Yajante Tamasa Janaha Ashastra Vihitam Ghoram Tapyante Ye Tapo Janaha Dam Ahankar Samyuktaha Kamaraga Balanvitaha Karshayantaha Sharirastham Bhutagramam Achetasaha Mam Chaivantaha Sharirastham Tan Vidhyasura Nischayan Aharastvapi Sarvasya Trivido Bhavati Priyaha Yajnastapastatha Danam Tesham Bhedam Imam Shrunu Ayuhu Sattva Balarogya Sukha Priti Vivardhanaha Rasya Snigdaha Sthira Hridya Aharaha Satvika Priyaha Katva Amla Lavarnatyushna Tikshana Ruksha Vidahinaha Ahara Rajasasyesta Dukha Shoka Maya Pradaha Yatayamam Gatrasam Puti Paryushitam Chayat Uchishtam Api Chamedhyam Bhojanam Tamasa Priyam Aphalankankshibhir Yajño Vidhi Dishto Ya Ijyate Yashtavyam Mevriti Manaha Samadhaya Sasatvikaha Abhisandhaya Tu Phalam Dambhartham Api Chevayat Ijyate Bharata Shrestha Tam Yagyam Vidhirajasam Vidhihinam Ashristanam Mantrahinam Adakshinam Shraddha Viharitam Yagyam Tamasam Parichakshate Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Shochamarjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priyahitam Chayat Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva Vanmayam Tapa Uchyate Mana Prasadaha Somyatvam Maunam Atma Vinigraha Bhava Samshuddhir Itetat Tapomanasam Uchyate Shraddhaya Paryataptam Tapastatri Vidham Narai Aphalankankshibhir Yuktai Satvikam Parichakshate Satkaramana Pujartham tapodambhena chaiva yat kriyate tad iha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam mura grahinatmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyo sadhanartham va tam tamasam udaritam Tatavyam iti yat danam diyate nupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha taddanam satvikam smritam yattu pratyupakarartham phalam uddishya va punaha diyate cha pariklishtam taddanam rajasam smritam adesha kale yat danam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkritam avagyatam tattamasam udaritam om tatsad iti nirdesho brahmanastri vidha smritaha brahmanastena vedascha yajnascha vihitaha pura tasmad om iti udharitya yajnadana tapaha kriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam tad ityanabhisandhaya phalam yajya tapa kriyaha dana kriyascha vividaha kriyante moksha kangshabhihi sadbhave sadhubhave cha sad ityetat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha Sachabda partha yujyate yajne tapasi dane cha sitihi sat iti chochyate karma cheva tad arthiyam sat iti eva bhidhiyate ashaddaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam cha yat asad iti uchyate partha Nacha tat pretyo no iha om tat satiti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yog Shastre Shri Krishna Arjun Samvade Shraddha-devi Dasi Yogo Nama Shodasho Adhyaya Shaptadasho Adhyaya Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay, so we have now a recording of that, and you can now, I'll allow you to mute yourself and speak up. So how many of you were able to sing along?
I just have an observation.
Mm-hmm.
I found that those verses that we've already done, even though other people said, even the verses that we haven't spoken ourselves, recited ourselves in the class, they were much easier to follow along when you were reciting them. But when we came after verse 8, I think that we've gone up to, it wasn't as easy or as it didn't flow as much for me anyway. When I was trying to recite along, I had to try extra hard and look at the words. So I think just listening to people in the class, it just goes inside, it goes into you, and you automatically just know it, and I think that's very helpful doing that in the class.
Thank you, because you made my day, and you actually, I think you also made Krishna's day, and I'll tell you why. So let me bring up the synonyms here really quickly, all the way up, and bringing up the synonyms, right? All right, and what was I trying to bring up is this word. And how's it written here? And I want all of you to tell me together, what does it mean?
Hear from me.
From me.
Hear from me. So hearing is very, very important. And hearing when others are speaking is also very important. So it's not that this is my words and this is my turn and I'll just recite and for the rest of the time I'll do something else, right? So although I make these classes flexible for everybody, knowing that, we have so many things to do, but if you can set aside this time to say that at this time, I'm not going to do anything else, unless I'm compelled to do that, I'll just sit here and I will listen. Or even when I'm doing something else, and others are speaking, I will still listen. Because now you just now saw that what is the effect of listening. That words become, even if anybody else is pronouncing it, You have learned how to pronounce it, and that's the beauty of listening. That's why Krishna in all his wisdom has given us 2 ears and only one tongue to speak, like that. And
that's why it says Shravanam Kirtanam. First one comes into Shravanam.
there you go. Right. So you have to focus on that, and you will see that Krishna says that again and again, again and again. So many places in Bhagavad Gita he's saying Shrunu, Shrunu, Shrunu. Now listen, listen, listen. So although Shrunu is like, hear from me, what he's really saying is listen. And there's a difference between listening and hearing. Hearing is a mechanical process. People talk about the word hearing impaired, right? We talk about the words, these terms in our office. This person is hearing impaired. The child is born hearing impaired. Hearing impaired means there's something wrong with the organ itself. The ear cannot capture, right? But the problem is that all of us are listening impaired. So the organ is right. The organ is catching the sound waves. They're coming, they're vibrating the eardrum. Necessary electrical impulses are going to the brain. All that is happening, but the mind is somewhere else. Mind is somewhere else. And that's why we tell them, we say that no. And that's when the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what he says, you be like a tortoise and bring in all your senses. And why does the mind go somewhere else? Because the eyes go somewhere else. So these senses that we have are always forever reaching out. That's the job. That is how they are, like snake in a basket. The moment you open the basket, what happens? The snakes start coming out. That is how the senses also go. The ears start going out to catch, eyes start going out, here. The skin is trying to do this like that, right? So hearing, and that is why I recited this chapter at the end, so that you can hear it and see. When your verse comes, you can go and say, okay, let me jump there and see where my verse is, and just hear it from there. Any other reflections from others? Thank you, Arunima.
Yes, Mataji, like Aruni Mataji told, I also felt that when I was listening the posting from other devotees, it helped a lot. If you are stuck with a word, so other devotees, they pronounced it very nicely and perfectly. So it will help you to learn from them too.
Yes.
So it was
very good. Yeah, and the willingness to learn from others, right? And to appreciate what others are doing better than what we do. And, these things that I'm telling you here is what Krishna wants in all of us. In chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, he says all of these things that we have to inculcate. And the beauty is, and this looks like such a simple solution, but this is actually what the solution is. In chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is defining the qualities of a devotee. And here by negative, here in the previous verse also, chapter also, through the negative instructions, we learned what we are not supposed to do, because in the previous chapter we heard about divine and demoniac qualities. So demoniac, I don't have to be demoniac. So Bhagavad Gita is telling you what to give up and what to take. Now, if you notice in all of Bhagavad Gita, they did not talk, Krishna did not emphasize on you have to make a thali, you have to put a ghee lamp, and the ghee should be ahimsa ghee, and you have to bring incense stick, and elaborate process. He's not talking about that, but Krishna has gone to the root cause. The root cause, he's saying, is that our minds are dirty, and those minds have to be cleansed. And here's the simple solution of how do I see God? You cleanse the mirror and you'll be able to see that. So the whole life will be spent in just that. The biggest problem that we have is envy, right? But when we learn how to appreciate and see, oh, this person said, oh, wow, oh, very nice, Sattva Anurupa, she pronounced it very nicely. Let me also do it, right? So when with that appreciating capacity, when you develop, then you also start appreciating. And it's about appreciating everybody who is there. And believe me, once you get into that mode, all these Sanskrit pronunciation, memorization, everything comes naturally. So the rules of spiritual world are very different from the rules of material world. And so one of the purposes of, and that's one of the reasons that I have changed the structure of this course to be a mute session in the beginning so that everybody is able to hear, right, what the teacher is speaking. You can concentrate, and then we open it up, and then you can do your reflections towards the end. So the idea is that, focus on hearing. When you hear, Sanskrit will become. And I noticed that Sadhana Mataji doesn't speak much, but she hears. And I'm amazed at a person who did not know Sanskrit at all. She was, more of a British background there. But see how far she has come just by listening. Sutapa Mataji is amazing at, and I'm taking these names because Sutapa Mataji, Sadhana Mataji, Sonia Mataji didn't come from or didn't have a sanskar or not sanskar, didn't have come with the experience of having done this before in Sanskrit language. They would have read the Bhagavad Gita in English, maybe didn't do that in Sanskrit, but by just following this process of following the instructions and hearing, if you just do the two, your Sanskrit becomes so much. And I can see, and they were brave also, because I could see them struggle so much in the beginning, that just trying to recite 2 lines of a shloka was torture. On the other hand, if you take Vindhyavali Mataji, she has got a lot of experience. She recites all the time. So you tell her to recite something, for her it is music and it's an easy thing. It's like, grade 2 Sanskrit for her. For somebody else, this might look like, oh, this is grade 14 Sanskrit. I don't know what it is, if there's a grade 14 like that. So comes from practice, comes from listening, and comes from, appreciating others. And that's it. You will get all this, and these good qualities are going to lead us to seeing Krishna, and will take us back home, back to Godhead. This is the essence, how our behavior is, how our approach is, our thought process is, like that. Anybody else would like to share anything? So you all got your verses right? You got your verses down? Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
You got your verses down? Okay.
Varshana Mata, she gave that thing, no? Last one, I think.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's the last one. Who's going to tell her that?
It's me, Mataji. I have to write her back.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Thank you.
All right. So if you have anything more, but very good job. I'm very pleased. And then I'm very pleased with the progress that you all are making. And also the fact that you see, this is what it shows, that you wanted to do it. So you're willing to get up and come to a class at 6:30 in the morning. So, keep going the good work. And
I'm sorry, I was a little fast jumping that Rakshasamsi. I remember that.
I am sorry. I am sorry
I
is the
know,
best word.
but-
Yeah. I'm sorry is the best thing that we can speak, because the moment you say I'm sorry, it clears up a lot of the backlog, right? And you have gone, yeah. So the one of the first steps towards atonement of any mistake is to realize that we make a mistake. The thing is, people don't even realize that they made a mistake like that. So sometimes you'll see the teacher has to come strongly, right? And just to have that.
Otherwise we won't learn.
Otherwise you won't
Teacher has to tell us.
There you go. Yeah.
I just have a question. I guess maybe you've been through this before, but it wouldn't be possible to have like an early morning class like 5:30 every day, would it?
Because
it's a nice way to start the day.
I know, it's a nice way to start a day. And do you know how I start my day? At 5:30 in the morning, I'm already having a meeting where I'm just, shouting and getting angry that people didn't do the work. And, like, I told you yesterday, why didn't you do? No, of course, I don't shout. But
I already had one class, Mataji. I already had one class, 4:50.
There you go.
Our time.
Yeah, there are options available. Yeah, maybe you can join an East Coast class, some later East Coast class, but I'm already.
That's what East Coast class, I am doing that. 4:50 is the first one.
Yeah.
3:30 I wake up and 4:50 I'm ready here sitting.
Yeah.
So we had to read one sloka every time. Yeah. So we had to repeat when they say.
Yeah.
Then
this is how my day starts. Like 5:30 in the morning, my call starts. And so I'm sitting here in this chair, very same chair. And I have my one meeting after another meeting, literally every day till it is 11:15 in the morning. That's when I have my breakfast at 11:15, because there's no spot available at all for me to eat anything, right? And then from 11:15 onwards, I have a little gap in the sense that I don't have meetings like that. But then there is the desk work to do because all these meetings gave you some work to do.
Yeah.
And then my meetings start again from 1 o'clock, 1:30. 1:30, I meet my boss, which means that I get more work to do. And by the time and I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm literally falling down and hoping that, I will somehow get some half an hour sleep or something like that. And it doesn't happen. Most of the days, it just doesn't happen because there's so much of, catching up to do. And I have got other meetings, some temple meetings that I attend, at 4 o'clock on some days to do all that. I try to go. These days, I've started to go out for a little walk. That's when I do my chanting, go back, come back an hour, but the chanting is not complete yet like that. And then my class comes here at 7 o'clock. I have the class with you. And 7 to 8, the class ends. And I might have, some days, another meeting at 8 o'clock itself, the book description class. Otherwise, I have my meetings with the office people start, and I have to prep for the meeting, right? You just can't go to a meeting like that. And then the meetings will go on till 9:30, some meetings at 10 o'clock, 10 to 10:30. And then follow up because I'm talking to India in the night, and these are quick, short meetings, many, but then I have to do individual conversations also. So by the time I go to sleep, it's midnight on most of the day. And then I have to get up at 4 o'clock. So that's why sometimes I'm very hard on the time. Like, I have a hard stop. I have to leave 8 o'clock. It's not that I live, go back and relax. I have got, it's just the sheer volume of work. And I'm not just saying that it's me because I've been talking to others, and most of the people are saying the same thing. That now that we work from home, we are in meetings the whole day, and then we work the whole night like that. So.
Working from home is not helping that much, Mataji.
No,
I see
you
my
have
son.
all for it.
I see my son. He goes for the other countries' this meetings also.
Yeah.
Other countries' time difference, that's very hard for the whole night, day and night. It's their work.
Yes. Yeah.
But Shraddha Mataji, I felt tired even listening, so I apologize for even
I
bringing
know.
it up. Sorry.
No problem at all. Yeah.
Every day I have morning classes. Some days I feel little sleepy. I don't know how you are managing, Mataji.
Bindivali Mataji, can you post the link or whatever it is to the class in the East Coast?
Oh yeah.
Maybe you could post it in the chat group.
Yeah. Simi, is that Simi? Who is it?
That is Aruni.
Aruni, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I'll post it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
So
really appreciate your time, Shraddha Mataji. I mean, really appreciate it. Thank you. Let us know if we can.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And what I was saying was that when we look at our life like that, and the statements that any kind of material adjustments that we have done it only leads to more misery for all of us. And what I'm saying is that these are not the adjustments that we have done. I'm talking about the invention of iPhone, right? Because now you can take the phone anywhere. Now I'm available everywhere. So it started with like, I'll be available for my wife, I'll be available for my child, but then now you're available for your boss also. Like that. So it's not that we don't want to be available for a boss, but then, the boss also has got a boss. You can't